Okay, I saved. 4th floor, as we should be. I think this was the area. Yeah! Something kind of entertaining to me about this area, like, because it gives me like Donkey Kong Country feels. Because it's like a forested area with little wood platforms, kind of like in Donkey Kong Country 1. I can't remember the names of those types of levels, but I remember specifically something about like using Winky in some of them, and I don't like the way Winky controls. He just makes me feel nervous. No, you can't spit those out. They're dangerous. Didn't you see the danger? Get out of here. I just remember seeing when I was going through that was the point where I was like, this is a very gamey-ass game. Like, you know, this is something only that you're gonna see in something like a video game. Like, jumping across giant donuts in a fucking forested area. Like, that's video game as fuck. Like, what else are you gonna do this in? You're not gonna see this in your fucking Marvel superhero films. No. Maybe a cartoon, I'll give you that, but like, there's just something so crazy about video games that make them endearing. I want to use them, get it out of the way. And I'm pretty sure I've made the discussion before that I would like there to be more artsy actual cinema, because I feel like you see it a lot in video games these days, but especially these days. But you don't see that in any other art form or like media. Like, it's not common something like animation or whatever. I mean, I'm gonna say animation is more likely out of any of them, but like Sin City is a perfect example of something where it's like it's an actual artsy kind of film, and like it's very unique in that because they took an actual art direction with that. And like, imagine if more, you know, common media stuff like that did it. I feel like it'd be cool. My complaint with the art, as far as this little section here, is just the colors are all super flat. So it's like, it's conceptually funny to me, but like, on a visual standpoint, it's very flat. There's not too much depth of color going on, so it's not exactly the most visually interesting. Like, if the contrast was a bit more extreme, I feel like it would be better looking. But it's also a case of, like, you know, knowing that you can hold down jump makes a huge difference. Alright, well, it has that way, so naturally I want to go the opposite way. Find the magic secrets, even though we didn't find the secrets last time, when we took the secret path to the secret world. Hooray! What are you? I do want to try and pay a little bit more attention, because it also gives me an excuse to do this. Because normally I only do that when it's like, yeah, the thing's over, we're done. Atlas. Throws a bomb, sticks to enemies or walls, explodes. The problem with that is just the after amount of time thing. If it was a blow up on contact, I'd be all about it. But I'm not exactly good on the have to wait while you're busy hacking and slashing them, because you're probably going to kill them before it actually detonates. So that's my reason as far as I'm not interested in using that. Because, like, look, I just killed a whole bunch of guys. You know how much time I would have had to stall? Like, you have to deliberately stall for something like that to actually take effect, and that's just not me. Like, especially when it came to using the remote bombs and stuff on Snake and Smash. It's not something I'm used to doing, because it's like, well, I like immediate response opposed to, you know, drop something and then try and take advantage of it. I have gotten a bit better to the point where it's like, I'll just drop something on the floor and then just get them when their guard is down. Like, I try and do that. I'm not good at baiting them and making them fall for it, but I can do it by accident, sure. Ow. Go figure, it's like one of my least favorite enemies, which is a fair bit of them. That is a thing. I know that they are like unique and have unique stuff to them. But I do feel like when you're actively looking at them, it's kind of hard to, like, you're going to notice them more by how they attack than actually looking and be like, oh, this is that enemy. Now, I know that sounded incredibly stupid considering we just fought a drill guy with a very distinct feature known as drills, but that's a door that's closed. Oh, okay, I thought I was like, there's no way I should be going backwards. When an enemy shows up, I can try and explain my point a little bit better. Alright, so here we go. I don't know what these fools are, I just know that they're fools. That's it. I mean, I don't remember any of the enemy names anyway, but it's like, they're just guys. That's all there is to it. They're not exactly distinguishable to me. I'm not thinking about it. I mean, I guess that's kind of a thing that doesn't really matter in a game like this, but I don't know. It's a thing I thought about. Has crossed my brain space. Making sure I wasn't still alive. Yeah, so here's another example. Sometimes I'm not even aware I'm fighting a hard guy, and until I'm like, wow, I've been fighting you for a while and you're still not dead. There's another nice example. So that happens. I'll just start wailing on a guy. I'm like, oh, you're taking a while. Maybe now I should use the thing. I don't look and be like, oh, you're the guy with a lot of health who's hard to kill. That could just be a me thing, and that's fair. Like, if that's a thing you're able to do on your own. I'm not talking like just in this game. I'm talking like you could apply that to any sort of game. I mean, I do feel like there are certain examples where things are easier, but I feel like it's also way more distinguished. Like if we took Zelda, for example, you're going to notice the difference between a Stall Child and a Stall Foes, or an Octorok and a Moblin? If that makes any sort of sense, because their designs are drastically different from each other. Okay, I thought there might have been something to the left, so I wanted to look. But that was basically the point I was trying to make. Some things you can look at and you can tell their strength, but I don't feel like you can for these guys. I just go for it. However it goes, it goes. See, like, who in their life ever expected jumping across donuts in a fucking forest? And that's a thing I also consider when it comes to, like, the idea of video game production. Like, look at this fool go! He's having the time of his life! Alright, I've never seen that before. It's only a second time playthrough, so it's only natural that there's plenty of things I haven't seen. But that's still pretty funny. Well, that was an accident. But what I was going on about was, like, think about environmental artists and stuff like that. Like, if it were me, I wouldn't have the first fucking clue where to begin as far as something like this. Like, alright, we need concept for a world. I don't fucking know. I mean, yeah, that's where there is the whole generic, oh, what's the word for it? Biomes. Where you often see that. It's like, okay, fire world, desert world, blah, blah, blah. And I understand that. Sometimes you can have a nice concept for something different and unique, but I don't know, I just feel like environmentally would not be something I could do. I could come up with, like, ideas for mechanics or characters, but I don't know about environment. What's going on here, Travis? All the way zoomed out? I was thinking something was busted with the camera, but I guess not. Yeah, but see, look how easy this is. Just hold the B button. It's perfect. I struggled before. Who even needs to struggle now when you have a big boy brain that knows you can just hold a button? Rhythm and timing? Fuck it. This isn't Rock Band. This is Chop Up a Fool Band. See, when it does that, it makes me think like something's broken. Now, here's the downside about this one. If you fall off, you start all the way back over there, so, I'm not entirely sure what the advice is, other than, I guess, have the healing thing, because there's only so much you can do when you're on a very tiny platform as far as dodging. Like, I'm too paranoid to even just roll in place, because it's like, I could do that, but I could also fall right off. And if I fall right off, I gotta restart shit. More reasons to think of Donkey Kong Country. Hopping on those little platforms and you're dodging. What is it? There's definitely a level where you're like, oh, how do I even describe it? Like, I think there's one where it's like a battery power or something like that. There's like a conveyor belt one. I don't know. I can visualize it in my head, but I can't describe it. They're cave levels. I know that. Which actually, that's a thing I never hear anyone talk about, because everyone, I don't know, I'm not big on Country Returns, primarily because I feel like they didn't put in the amount of effort they should have, and it really annoys me that, like, the cave world, what I think is like World 3 or 4, it's nothing but minecarts, and that's it.
What the hell are you? Time to go to sleep. You're gonna die.
Yeah, doing these voices are actually starting to annoy me. It's just, it gives me a headache to constantly make that kind of sound with my voice. I know I could stop, but I feel like if I stop, it'll be noticeable that I stopped, so I don't want to stop. Yeah, do the thing. He's right here. Whoops. Here, coffee and donuts. Is someone there? I'm so hungry I can't see a thing. Hey, he's alive! Hey, he's alive! So you're hungry, huh? Here's some coffee and donuts. Please, help yourself. Why won't you let me reach game over? My work is done. I want to die. This world has nothing but weak, unworthy enemies. The heated, exciting battles of days long past are no more. The bitterness and the weak sweetness, it's delicious. Coffee and donuts are like his life source. He had exacted his revenge, lost all worthy opponents, and with nothing left in this world, he attempted to take his own life. Did I do something wrong? No. There is nothing wrong here in this world. Now we can finally proceed. There was a heavy door in the lobby, son of a bitch. It should be open now. Let's go. It's time for peace. The time for peace and quiet is over. So that's it. That's all the areas that you gotta do. And I didn't catch that at first. I want to say there's still a glitch door up here. Or there was.